Auston, what do you like the most about his performance tonight?
I just think from start to finish, start played a big part, but I thought special teams was obviously really good tonight, and we started really well and just never looked back. So I just thought a really solid effort all around.
What's it like to see Tyler bump the slump that way?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, he's a big part of this team and a big part of our locker room, and so obviously seeing him get that one, it was feels good for everybody, but I'm sure it feels really good for him. And he's had more than enough opportunities. Sometimes you just get a little snake bitten, but that one goes in, and now you just don't look back.
A good stretch here in Toronto with the All-Star game, and then this stretch was like the MVP chance from the crowd.
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice to have the support, and like I've said, just playing here is a big honor, and to be able to have the support from the fans and the organization and all that comes with being a Maple Leaf, it's something that none of us take for granted. So it's definitely special.
You had 3, McMann had 2. Did you guys think that it was possible you could both get that?
I was telling him to fire it for one more. It would have been pretty cool to see. But he's been playing so well for us, and he just keeps getting better and better at each game, and just the consistency factor, the level of intensity that he brings, and he's just a monster out there. So another great night for him tonight, and it's just been fun to see him get better and better every game.
So the physicality of Max and then Revo tonight, just bringing the Gudis story from last year, just in the playoffs.
Yeah, I thought that was just great. Great message by those guys, and that's what those guys do. They bring that intensity, that fire to the team, and even Benny tonight against his old team was rock solid for us, and had some pretty big plays, big hits. Just the physicality aspect of that is it's always important.
Are you the last player to have 6 hat tricks in the season? Mario Lemieux. What does it mean to be in that kind of company?
Yeah, I mean, I can't. It's obviously hard to put into words to be in the same sense as a guy like that. So, I mean, that's all I'll say about it. Definitely pretty cool.
What do you do with all the hats?
I don't know where they go. So.
But do you think Bishop's versatility to play a little deep when you're working on TV?
Yeah, I mean, he looked right at home back there, and it's just some of the plays he was making, some of the passes and stuff. It was, it was like he's been playing there his whole life. So, I mean, he's incredible. He does it all for us, and obviously literally does it all. So maybe next game we can put on the goalie gear and be back up for us emergency goalie. So we'll see.
William, what did you like most about the performance tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think came out hot. I mean, Austin scored right away, and then the power play was clicking. I mean, we shut him down pretty early. So it was a good game.
The lift from the bench really when Bertuzzi gets off it goes for 7
Yeah, obviously very nice for him to get one going. I mean, he's had chances to it, playing really well, just not going in. So it was nice that it went in for him tonight.
I know you've played with Austin your entire career, but can you put into perspective just the prowess with which he's scoring?
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. I mean, what's the second best guy in the league got right now? I don't even know. Yeah, he's like just crushing it. I mean, that's what he does.
What did you make of Mitch playing defense?
Yeah, it was great. I kept yelling at him from the bench. Great job, Mitch. So, I mean, he was doing good back there. It was fun to see him out there.
How do you think Timothy's filling in on the top power play unit there?
Yeah, obviously distributing the puck really well. I mean, making some nice plays, and I mean, he's been scoring, so he's been doing a great job.
So, what's it like trying to keep up with Auston?
Pretty much impossible. He said, I think he said after the second one, he's like, one more. Like, it's easier said than done. He makes it look easy.
How happy are you with where your game's been at this week when the team's needed you to be able to step up?
Yeah, felt good about it. I think I'm always can recognize what you're doing well, but also there's always work to be done and games ahead that you want to be better into. So just keep working, sticking with the plan that's working so far, and keep grinding.
It's like your first NHL season to have full NHL season to have a front row seat to what Austin's been doing.
It's pretty sweet. It's fun, and guys are looking around like this is ridiculous what he's doing. It just seems like every time it's on his stick, it goes in the net, and you just realize the touch that the guy has. It's fun to watch.
What did it mean for you that Max jumped right in there after Radko gave you the shot after that goal?
Yeah, I think it's huge, especially in a game that's that much of a difference in score. I think Max is without hesitation jumping on him there, protecting guys, and I think that's the mentality that this team has, is that we're going to stick up for each other, and it doesn't matter what the score is, if it's close or if it's a blowout. I think we're going to be there for each other.
Would you make of Mitch playing defense? Could you imagine as a forward taking a few shifts?
The forwards always like to think it's easy, and he actually made it look pretty easy. He was doing really well, I thought. Guys were laughing a little bit when he was backpedaling, but I think he did really well.
What sort of potential do you see for yourself in terms of a special teams player in the NHL? You get some power play time and penalty kill time tonight.
Yeah, I think that's areas I want to grow my game. Obviously, it's not just handed out. I think that's something I want to continue to earn. It's something I did in the American League, played those positions, and I think I want to continue to work for that.
What did it feel like to bump the stump tonight?
Yeah, it felt good. I hit the post earlier just before, and it felt good to see it go in.
What's it feel like to get the kind of support from the teammates? Everyone obviously pretty happy for you.
Yeah, definitely. We all have each other's back in here, and it was a good team win. Every line was going, and Jonesy played awesome.
How did you see the play? Did you sense Auston was looking for you there?
Yeah, a little bit. Usually I kind of hugged the left post, and I kind of backed up a little bit because the weak side D was kind of playing a little bit higher, and he gave me a great pass.
6 hat tricks already for Auston. Like, how do you put it into perspective with who won this team?
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, it's the way he scores. It's at any whether it's a shot one time or in front of the net, he can do it all. So he's a very big part of this team, and it's good to see him keep scoring and keep getting that confidence. And yeah.
Will Max and Ryan really sort of stepping up on the physical side, being Gudas, along the street in this building with them?
Yeah, Max is Max. He does a great job at that, and Revo is just kind of there to calm everyone down and be a big part of that our team in that sense. And it was a good game.
What's it mean to you to get some power play time tonight with John out?
Yeah, no, it was good. Get some touches, build a little bit of confidence, and just look forward to next game.
As well as Auston's hat trick, you ever seen him come out and dominate the game so early on as he did, scores on his first shot, and helps other guys, and has a great all-around game like he did?
I've seen a lot of things from Auston now. I think, like I said, he seems to be like he's raising the standard consistently, but there's a lot of good things on that first goal in particular. Nyes is a terrific effort by Nyes and to make that play, and then Auston, he's as much as Auston's been scoring, teams are talking about him, right? So coming into the game, I'm sure Anaheim had a plan and talk about him, and one of the greatest things about Auston is he continues to find ways to get available and get to spots and to get his stick available and to be able to score and help us take charge of the game like that, which was really important. Obviously we played this team previously and felt like we controlled the game when we played them, but we were never able to take charge of the game by capitalizing on our scoring chances, and that was important tonight, and felt like maybe we got some of the goals that we deserved when we were in Anaheim. But it's a great effort from our team all the way around. It's not often through over 82 games that you get a game like this where you sort of put it in cruise control, for the second half, and you're just kind of letting the clock wind down. So it was nice to be able to have one of these here tonight and, move on and get ready for the road trip.
What are you thinking as Bertuzzi gets one in? Fine.
You're just thrilled for him. I thought it was his first shift of the game, I believe. I can't remember who gave it to him. Might have been Domi or Willie. Somebody slipped him a puck on an entry, and he ripped a one-timer just inside the blue line, and that in itself to me showed like Bert was on tonight. Like he was really feeling like just the mindset that he had to shoot from that distance. I haven't really seen much of that from him, and it nearly went in too. And I thought he had a lot of really good moments in the game, so it looked like it was going to be coming, and then he hits the post, and you're thinking, okay, here we go again. But then he got himself to a really good spot, and as much as Auston's been shooting the puck, and then at a time I thought the pass by Auston was world class tonight too there. So it was great to see Auston. If you watch that play, Auston to me he's waiting for the right opportunity. He's looking for that stick of Bertuzzi. It was a priority for him to give him that one.
The game isn't cruise control for that long. Like, what are you looking for? What are you trying to accomplish as a coach?
I mean, you're trying not to have bad habits that are going to allow momentum swings. You're trying to limit how much you have to defend. I mean, you know, we didn't play that great, you know, in the second half of the game. It's a really difficult time to stay mentally and physically engaged. So you're trying to manage some of the matchups, trying to keep your guys healthy and rested and use the bench and you know, protect your goaltender.
Like in the front row seat to what Austin's doing, because I know you're running the bench, you're doing all your thing, but can you ever step back and just, you know, appreciate what he's rewriting the record book almost every night?
Yeah, yeah, it's exceptional. So yeah, I think, you know, you're like we've talked about. I mean, I've kind of gone through the phase where you're in awe of Auston, you know, but this seems to be, you know, this, like I said, is a new standard for himself, you know, to have a hat trick and then follow it up again, which is, as we know, is not the first time he's done this. It's pretty remarkable, you know, it's pretty remarkable. But like I said, he's scoring in different ways. You know, tonight he scores on a pass out, you know, from below the goal line, low blocker, scores on a one-timer, and then he scores, you know, on sort of a redirected puck on the glove side. So, yeah, he just scores in different ways, which makes him really difficult to defend against. And credit to him for getting to those spaces and being as dynamic as he is. He finds ways.
You ask Mitch to play D, or does he volunteer? What happened?
No, we talked about it in the intermission. Hasn't come up a lot, I mean, in this spot, but, you know, we losing Lagesson as early as we did, you know, was going to be taxing on our D. So we wanted to manage that, especially with the way the game was going and everything. But we had said in the intermission, if we needed D, Mitch is your guy, said to Van Ryn, and filled him in. That we've used him in this spot on defense before, and he's very comfortable there. So we had talked about some scenarios where we would use him, and we got to a point in the second where I just said, Mitch, jump in the back, and he was happy to do so. I think he was pretty excited to do it. It brought a little bit of something different to the game for him, and he was unbelievable back there, quite honestly.
You challenged an 8-1. Is that just doing right by your goalie in that situation, Sheldon?
Yeah, dude. I mean, you don't have a whole lot of time to think about it, but it was one that the guys felt was really, really obvious, which I think based on, I mean, it looked like the fastest review that I've ever seen in the NHL. So in that sense, you don't want to challenge it in that sense, but to me, that's an obvious one. So you're protecting I guess you're just protecting the integrity of the game on an obvious one like that, as much as you don't want to do it in that spot, but protecting your team, the goaltender, and the integrity of the game.
You probably don't want to save the Ducks either. They'll just take it, right?
Yeah. Like I said, that's what I'm saying with the integrity of the game, and it's like, you know, it looked like it was an obvious one. I was glad that the league felt the same and just made it really clear that, you know, we don't want to be spending too much time on this, and it was a very clear one.
Sorry, do you have an update on Lagesson?
Yeah, he's got an upper body injury that's going to take some time. To settle down. We don't know much other than that.
Seeing Bobby McMann's confidence grow with each passing game here?
Yeah. It's pretty remarkable, you know, and credit to him. You know, he's gone from basically healthy scratch early this week to inserted into the lineup when guys get sick, and now he's got 5 goals this week. So it's pretty remarkable. But he's you know, he's played really well too. Like he's done a lot, like a number of good things where he looks super confident with the puck, skating, moving his feet, challenging defenders. He's been really good on the walls in his own zone. So it's been a great development for us. Obviously, what I see there is a guy that, given that he was going to be a healthy scratch early this week, if you put yourself in his shoes, I'm sure he's like, it's not good. You know, I had my chance and I'm starting to slip, and others are starting to come in. And once he got his chance, he's showing that he's not going to let this one slip. So tremendous week for him, and great to see the puck going because he can score. We've seen that at the AHL level. But he did a lot of other really good things too that, you know, make it hard to take him out of the lineup.
Standing up for each other, just Max standing up for Bobby, and then Revo out there sort of policing. Just a word on those two guys in the physical aspect.
Yeah. I thought that was excellent, and because we scored so much, it's probably an understated part of the game. That I thought we responded really well in that moment. I think it's just great. I loved that what Max did. I love Revo's presence here today, but just the attitude of our team, I think has really changed a lot this season here with those guys that have come in. Bertuzzi as well, I'd put in there. Benoit, McCabe's presence on the back. Like these guys have all stepped up and done a really good job. I know there's been a couple incidents throughout the season that we've blown up and made a big deal about, but I think in general our team has handled those situations really well. And those guys that you asked about, and Domi in particular, I think has really done a nice job there and found a way to also get a big time assist to get Bobby his second goal. So it's tough to get Max minutes tonight because he was in the box a lot, but I loved his effort and just his passion that he played with tonight.